What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction and welcome back to another COD mobile video. So today we are going to be talking about the LW3 tier 50 skin, which is called the Red Queen's Rebuke. So we have finally made it into year 5 with the very first season, of course, Soldier's Tale. And I will admit, throughout this entire battle pass, I'll say that we are starting off pretty strong. Entering a whole new year, we, of course, obviously expect at least the very first season to have some pretty decent skins, given that, you know, this is the very first out of maybe the next 11 or 12 seasons. So we got battle pass skins such as the S36, ICR, the QQ9, and even the Striker shotgun, something that we haven't received since I think like maybe season 9 of year 1. So yeah, it's been a while since we received a skin for the Striker. All of them are pretty decent, like I said, but of course when it comes to snipers, given that they are usually not often released, I mean the last one that we had was the HDR, and that, I think that was like around what, season 3, season 4 of last year. So snipers in this game, at least when it comes to new ones, is kind of like a rare commodity. So I would say the standard of the battle pass skins, at least when it comes to these, should be a little bit higher, given that we only get like really just one a year. And I will admit, I mean, this battle pass skin isn't really that bad. There's some tweaks that need to be done specifically for this one, but I will admit, I mean, this is not a bad one, at least for a first season. So the Red Queen's Rebuke version of the LW3 Tundra is basically kind of like a poker, or I guess like a playing cards type of, you know, style weapon. Obviously the Red Queen is a card that of course sports the white and red colors, and that's why the colors are as they are right now. But it's made in such a way that it makes it look pretty elegant and fancy. Like the white areas of the gun are very sleek, very shiny, just very nice looking overall. And I like the fact that the red parts of the gun, such as, you know, that little strap that's on top of the sniper scope, and even when you zoom in to snipe, is also, you get to see like the red circle as well. And I know you guys may not see it right now, but even the handle itself, where I guess the character holds the gun, or I guess at least in the firing position, is actually in the shape of a heart. Also, another thing worth mentioning, it does have white roses on the other side of the gun. Obviously, when you're in first person, you can't really see it that well, but given that the inspection kind of lets you see, I think that's why the roses are even put there in the first place. So now really quickly to the complaints of the gun. So outside of diamond camo, again, like I said in the last video with the ASVAL legendary skin, a lot of the battle pass skins, or I guess the skins in general, so far have been kind of at least mediocre when it comes to camo coverage outside of diamond camo. If you compare the camo coverage between the normal LW3 to the tier 50 epic skin, you'll notice that the camo coverage on the tier 50 skin is a lot more reduced compared to just the normal version of the gun, which is something that kind of bothers me. You know, like most battle pass skins, I would say, have some pretty decent camo coverage, but this one is just really, really weak, especially if you want to use like Ether Crystal or Damascus or something that's not diamond. So now for my second complaint. So you notice as I zoom in with the scope, there's kind of like a bit of a blacked out area for the scope. So basically, I guess the field of view for, you know, when you're zooming in, it doesn't look like it's like properly put well. There's still a lot of like, I guess, black spots where I guess, you know, you could at least expand the field of view for the sniper. I mean, I think it's a little bit better if you do use the base version, but I don't really know why it's like that. Maybe there'll be a patch later on in the future that might fix that. But it's something I've noticed, and it kind of makes it feel a little weird. But outside of those two things, I mean, it's a pretty solid skin. It doesn't really, like, you know, just having that tinier field of view isn't really that much of a bad thing, given that, I mean, really all you have to do is just aim in and just, you know, shoot. It's not really a hard weapon to use. But overall, at least in terms of appearance and how it looks, I mean, I would say it's a pretty good skin for the very first season. And again, like I said, with snipers, given that they're not often released, I mean, this is something I would give a pass to. It's not something that, you know, kind of destroys the weapon in any way. Thank God. I mean, I probably would have rioted if that happened. And really, this is coming from someone that actually, you know, dislikes snipers in the game, given how balanced they are. I mean, you know, you might as well at least make the skin look good. I mean, the last one that we had, which was the HDR, I mean, that skin was absolutely top notch. And that's a good thing, because you know, guns like the Koshka and SVD, you know, snipers that were released before the HDR were not really that great. I mean, if you looked at the ZRG, how big the scope was and how obstructing it was, yeah, it wasn't really the best thing in the world. And even with the SVD, you know, tier 50 skin when that first came out, it wasn't really that good as well. I mean, that's why you honestly see a lot of people using 4 times or maybe 3 times scopes with those snipers. It kind of proves, like, I guess the well-known theory that, you know, sometimes the devs, you know, make the skins purposely bad, at least especially for the tier 50 ones, in order to, I guess, bolster the sales for the legendary skins that they'll eventually have for them. But I'm not sure that might be the case this time around. I've heard a lot of negative things about the legendary skin for the LW3. But of course, I could be wrong. They might do some updates to it. So, I mean, you never really know what happens. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe for some more COD Mobile content. I'll see you guys next time.